Back here on Open. Well, we know COVID-19 has impacted many people, particularly college students and institutions that have been forced to move now to a digital platform. A lot of people have been faced with having to have the necessary electronics in order to navigate into the classroom. And how are students facing, particularly at Bronx Community College? Well, we're pleased to be joined by the president of BCC, Thomas Isekenegbe, who is joining us right now. And Dr. Thomas Isekenegbe, thank you so much for being with us.
Darren, thank you so much for having me on your show. I've watched your show with Dan Lemons, president of Lehman, and I've watched you with two of my vice presidents. Great show. We really appreciate what you're doing for us in this critical time to get our message out to our community. Thank you.
No, thank you. I mean, certainly it's my pleasure to be able to have this opportunity to bring a platform, because I think students are one of those critical people in this time and age. I've got a 21-year-old son who's in college himself, and he's had some challenges himself in navigating the digital platform. So for myself, it's been kind of also a personal experience as well. But before we talk about BCC, I do want to, because obviously the whole weekend has been dominated by what's going on out of Minneapolis and across the United States. As president, I just want to get your thoughts and your sentiments on what's happening across the nation as we speak.
I am very, very distressed by it all, to be honest to you. As I came into this country in 1981 as an immigrant, and to me, United States has been up there for me as one of the most ideal countries to strive to be. You understand what I mean? With the rule of law, the three arms of government. To me, there is no utopia anywhere, but I used to think this is close to utopia. But when you see all of the things going on, it really distresses me. I have a son, and it can be my son that is in Minneapolis. You just say you have a 21-year-old son too. It can be your son too. So for all of us collectively, I think there should be a moral outrage that we all raise there to say this got to stop. And we need to go back and teach our police officers how to treat men and women of color. I think it's really distressful for me. Even on top of that, I appreciate the response from people protesting, but I am also distressed by the looting that is going on. I think it clouds out our message and gives ammunition to people that really think that this is, I don't want to go into different names. People who think that they should be more tough with people. No, I think we need to protest, but I think we need to do it in a responsible way.
Yeah, it's definitely that. Listen, let me turn my attention now to BCC and your work. Obviously, in the midst of all of this, we're still dealing with COVID-19. It's hard to even think about COVID-19 right now, it's almost taking a back seat to what's going on. But the reality is COVID-19 is still out there, and you guys are really trying to do a great job of navigating your students. So talk to me about that digital platform. We know that your students have moved to a digital platform, your professors and staff have moved to a digital platform. How have things been working out for you amidst COVID-19?
Things have been working out pretty well, all things considered. If you realize that it took us almost like a week to move from in-person classroom and move everything to the digital platform. 90% of our courses pre-March 7th were in person on campus, in our beautiful campus. Come March 11th, March 12th, we got the word around that we got to move. We have an excellent faculty. We have a wonderful staff. People really came together to make sure that we really move all of our classes online. From the in-person classes to the digital platform. To me, it's been a wonderful experience. One of the reasons why I took this job 5 years ago is the commitment that I found from the faculty and the staff. And really, in times of crisis, is when you really know the commitment of our staff and our faculty. It's been a wonderful experience. We're learning through it all. To me, I think it's at the end of the day, Bronx Community College is going to be a better institution because of what we did during March to move our students and serve our students in a more digital platform mode.
Yeah, and when you talk about moving to a digital platform mode for students, I'll go back to mine again. Personal experience. He says, Dad, I've got the online thing down, but it definitely is challenging. Are you hearing from students about challenges when it relates to trying to move to this platform?
Absolutely. Let me use my own personal experience with you. Pre-March 12th, never heard of Zoom. I don't know about you, never heard of Zoom before. Come March 12th, we moved everything out. We now got to communicate with everybody. Wow, we all got to use Zoom, got to use WebEx. If for me, I had initial challenge of getting to learn how to use Zoom, getting how to learn WebEx. So you can imagine for our students, a lot of our students are people that live with their families at home. Probably they have only one laptop or sometimes zero in the house. So one of the first and foremost challenge for our students is even when the materials are developed, how do they get the content and do whatever they need to do? We found that out quickly. We had to look for means. Our assemblyman, two of our assembly people supported us. We got laptops that we have to distribute to students. I think Irene and Lester talked about this the last time around. In fact, we had to pause for 1 week to recalibrate things to make sure our faculty are really in tune and also for our students in tune. It's been a wonderful challenge and experience for our students, but we've responded appropriately by providing the necessary tools for our students to work with at home. Some of the students don't have access to network, to internet, which we all take for granted. We've been able to work with some of the providers to provide internet services and hotspots for some of our students. It's really been a challenge for us, but I am so grateful that to our faculty and staff that have come on board to make things easy for our students. Some of all of the services we normally provide, we have to provide them on digital platform, tutoring, mental health counseling, financial aid services, not just moving the instruction online, but all of the support services that go along with it. We've been able to transition them online for our students too. We're not done yet. We're learning from our experiences this time around, and we're going to use those outcomes to plan for the fall.
Yeah, let me get it right in because I only have about a minute left, but I want to be able to ask you this question about the fall. What is the plan for BCC going into the fall for students who are looking to know and for parents who are eagerly anticipating, seeing how this works out?
The university is in the process of making that decision. Remember, CUNY with 25 campuses, we're in the process of making that decision. But for us at BCC, we're looking at all of the angles. We're preparing as if we're going to go back to digital mode. We're also preparing as if we're going to bring students back on campus. We're also preparing as it's going to be 50-50 online and hybrid, bringing back people to class. So no matter what mode the university decides to go, I think we're there. We're going to be ready and waiting for our students. But I think it's very important that we give this a thoughtful process because at least obviously, in our borough, Bronx is one of the hardest areas with COVID-19. So the university wants to make sure that whatever decision that they make is the right one for our students. So either those three modalities I just talked about, we're looking at all of the different scenarios. We're looking at realigning all of our classroom space should we come back in person. We're looking at realigning the way we serve our students should we come back to campus. In fact, we have a task force on campus that is working right now to make sure we rearrange our services should we come back to campus.
Well, certainly we thank you for taking the time to share with us today. President Isekenegbe, who is the president of Bronx Community College. Certainly we look forward to hearing, and as the campus begins to move closer to the fall, hopefully we can bring you back and you can be able to share with us a little bit more.
Absolutely. I do want to come back and once we know the modality for the fall, I do want to come back and talk to you more about it. Again, I want to say thank you for having us on your show and in your forum. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
No, definitely. Consider it an open invitation. Thank you, President Isekenegbe, Thomas Isekenegbe, president of Bronx Community College. And we'll be back with more open. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
Thank you.